hour and a half. So we're going to take all the 50 hours of footage and turn that into 90 minutes at the end of the day. So, and of course, there's also going to be deleted scenes and bonus features and things like that are going to be added onto that. But if you want to make a really good documentary, you got to have lots of content to choose from. And there's nothing that editors hate more than if you don't have enough coverage. I know, Tim doesn't care about that, though. He's fine having, just one shot to choose from.
Oh, yeah, totally. It just makes it's really easy editing because you only have one shot to put in the sequence. Well, you don't even have to edit.
Right. Well, and I understand for this project, you will be using a combination of, amateur photographers and sound people like ourselves if we are wearing a GoPro, and you will also have a professional videographer along with each team as well to kind of cover exactly what you're going to need as far as direction and the script goes. So hopefully you're going to have a little bit of everything to choose from when you edit this thing together.
You know what? That is the plan.
Yeah, we've got, let's see, for my team, I've got Danielle from Pro Photo Supply. She's, actually, they're the place where we're getting our rental equipment from. So she's going to be our assigned videographer on the team that's climbing the mountain. Your team, I'm assigning Josh to be your videographer. And then Tim's team has Tanya. So Tanya Swanson is a really proficient, videographer as well. So we've got, we got three good people covering all these shots. And then Mike Beers has been, helping us out with the equipment as well. So he's got some awesome camera gear. And we're just, really grateful to have his participation as well. He's an awesome guy.
Yes, he's quite a documentary filmmaker himself. So I think, hooking up with him will be a real plus for us as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, Phillp, but this thing will be kind of interesting because I can imagine you on the walkie-talkie as you go up the mountain, directing all of us in our various locations as you move. Is that what's going to happen?
Absolutely. I believe in the assigned leader for each team, taking charge and doing their own thing, of course, because, like Mike Beers, he knows what he's doing when it comes to looking for Bigfoot. So, I'm putting him in charge of that group. So, it's not my goal to try to micromanage all those different aspects. But I'll definitely be available to help if we got to make certain decisions, if things come up or whatever, I'm going to be there for that. And if I see something up on the mountain, I'm sure as hell going to let you guys know. So we keep that line of communication open. And same thing with your team. I mean, with you guys at Talaka Lake, you guys know what you're doing there. So, but I'll be there to do what I can to keep everything running in a cohesive way. And hopefully I don't get, lost on the mountain and end up rolling off the glacier or something like that. And you guys can catch me down there below.
Well, yeah, we'd have to get
on video. That would be better. Just film it.
That's right. Film your demise right before reality TV. That'd be terrible, right?
Yeah, I'll just keep on the walkie-talkie, and I'll be like, okay, get this on video here. I'm going off the edge of the cliff. There you go. You guys getting this? It's a good shot.
And at the bottom of the hill, you'll be saying in a very a small voice, "How was that?"
Oh no, it'll be cut.
Yeah, there you go, cut. Listen, I think Gary Tombstone Anderson, who runs the actual network here at Night Dreams Talk Radio, has maybe a question or two for the Wade brothers. So I don't know if you're on the line, Gary. Go ahead and ask your questions to these guys if you'd like.
Well, the first thing I want to say, there's probably about 50 people texting me, asking questions about the Wade brothers. One, before they get off the air, people want to know, well, where can they find their documentaries, their movies, if they can give a list of the movies they've done. A lot of people are really excited about it. Now, the question I have for you guys, I've been in photography all my life. I actually ran a couple professional camera stores back in the 90s and early 2000s. I have noticed nowadays, because I have had actually some, producers and directors on my show, and the whole thing with like the new type of cameras that come out, you can drop maybe around $2,500, and you got a system that is capable of making a full-length feature movie. And boy, things have changed from, the really expensive film and going into really expensive, other cameras, now into like stuff what Fuji and Panasonic have. Is that any of the type of equipment you guys use?
Good question. Yeah, we actually got 5 different questions all wrapped up into one package there. So I'll start off with the first one here. It comes down to how do you watch our film? Well, you know what? Check out our website, ambitionpictures.net. You can run on there. We've got a list of our movies there. Go to Facebook, like the Wade Brothers page. So just put Wade Brothers in your Facebook search. Go on there, like our page. Send us a message and say, hey, guys, what's up? And, we're happy to answer your questions that way as well. And you know what? If you want to stay updated on the latest of this trip and the documentary project and when the feature film is coming out, you got to like the page. That's where we're going to post our updates. And then we'll be coming out with a newsletter and all that other fun stuff here in the next month or so. So that's the first part. If you want to watch one of our movies, just head on over to Amazon, type in Manifest. Go to the video section, and it's the first movie that pops up there for Manifest. It shows a big UFO there on the poster, and it's free. If you have Prime, just watch it. Check it out. What have you got to lose? It's only like 30 minutes long. And, if you like the film, leave a review. So we're always excited to hear people's feedback on our projects, except if it's negative, of course. I'm kidding. We're always open to what improving and all that. So the other aspect of that is you're asking about cameras. And we've bought several cameras over the last 10 years or so. I end up buying them and selling them, because there's constantly new stuff coming out. Our goal on this project here is we're going to be renting most of our gear from a camera shop, so that way I don't have to maintain the equipment and all of that. We're trying to get a sponsorship, so fingers crossed to see if they will be a sponsor on the documentary and give us a significant discount so it becomes more affordable. But we want to use the Sony FS7 IIs. Those are great cameras for low light performance. They have an amazing ISO rating. That aspect, we're really looking forward to using that. We're also going to be using lapels, mic lapels for everybody, and just putting those into a couple of Zoom recorders and combining it there. So one of my favorite cameras to work with is a Blackmagic production camera. Gary, worked with the Blackmagic yet?
I actually have, and I found I picked up a couple of the late Panasonics, that do 4K and all this stuff, and a lot of and again, I was talking to some major movie producers, directors out of California making, TV shows and movies. They're actually gone to using like the Panasonic cameras, not to put a plug for them, for a lot of the scenes they use, because one, they're inexpensive. You're looking under $3,000 with a lens and the whole complete setup, but they're actually, total, film quality, cinema quality. That is such a big improvement in the last couple of years. And technology is moving so fast in this, and the prices are coming down, which, it helps you guys, because nowadays you don't have to go out and lay $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 for camera equipment, because, the prices are even coming down. But Blackmagic is great, but I hate to say it, Panasonic on some of their new cameras have actually just blown away the Blackmagic on the the specs. And like I said, a lot of the TV shows is being done now in Hollywood are going to those type of cameras where they can get like 5 or 6 or 7 of them going for a scene, for different angles. Economical.
Oh, that rocks, man. I'll have to check that out. I haven't had Panasonic since the DVX 100. Did you ever work with that camera?
I put it this way. I was one of the very first people in this country to get a digital professional camera. Okay.
Really?
Oh yeah. I used to shoot professional. Besides doing radio, my other hobby, and actually I made a lot of money in it, was photography. I mean, some of my clients were like Leonard Nimoy and a whole bunch of different people out there. I was quite known back in the 90s for my photography. But, I just the stuff has just improved so much. Like last year, I picked up my first one of these Panasonics. Then I got one of their latest ones. Again, you're talking like under $2,500, and it's completely cinema quality, and that's what shocked me. I mean, and then if you go on YouTube and you Google Panasonic and some of these models, you'll see some of the work that's being done. But I was shocked when I had some of the producers and directors from Hollywood on some of the major TV shows using them instead of these big expensive cameras. I mean, their aspect is if something happens to it, hey, it's pennies to them, not tens of thousands. So I'll let you get back with Michael.
Hey, well, it's good to talk with you, Gary.
Yeah, gosh, Gary, that was awesome. Gary Tombstone Anderson, who owns the network here, has this expertise with the camera industry from the old days. Matter of fact, he has run across our cameraman for the UFOI team, Michael Beers, 20 years ago in the business as they were working together when Mike would come in and rent gear from Gary's shop. So he's got quite a perspective in this regard as well. It's always nice to have the historical perspective, when you're out there doing your thing about, where did this development come from and when did it start and where's it going? So, yeah, that was kind of interesting stuff. Did you kind of think maybe you're going to look into something else different now that Gary was mentioning these Panasonic cams?
Hey, well, I will check them out to see if they're available for rent. I currently don't have the budget to buy them, but if they're available, I will check them out.
Oh, I want to interrupt. You can actually buy. I hate to say it. You can actually buy. It's not the metal body version, but they have it in a plastic polycarbonate body. You can go to like the major camera stores in Seattle or the one in Kenmore, and you can drop $800. You get the camera, you got the lens, photo. Trust me, research it on the internet. They're not a camcorder. They're actually a mirrorless camera that is half frame, but about the size of APS size. But the quality is so high. And you can buy the previous year model as low as around $800 and some on closeout. Again, that's with the lens, the battery, the whole thing. Again, TV shows out of Hollywood. Some of the major shows are using them for their scenes.
Wow! And there's what the model is?
I'll Google it while you guys are talking. So and I'll let you know at the end.
Are you talking the GH5?
Oh, yeah, but they come out with new models since the GH5. GH5 is, a great camera, but now they got, a little bit more sophisticated ones. I think it's the 7 model, and that one you can pick up around $800 and some with a lens.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll check that out, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, it's totally, cinema quality. And even you can adjust the speeds for cinema and all that. Slow motion. You can also do black and white with it. You can do infrared with it. Also, you can plug in your external microphone. You can run a wireless microphone with it. And that's, like I said, the one Hollywood and Vine was shot with all those. And so many other current movies. And again, if you go on YouTube and you Google it, you'll be shocked on some of these what's being produced with it. I mean, that has really opened it up for guys like you. You know, I mean, the budget on that